Hello everyone, I'm going to be doing this video about the Cisco Webex. Basically, it's let you video conferencing service and let you communicate, collaborate, connect all in one. It's basically an online meeting that let you virtually see and meet the people. Today we will discuss it in educational purposes. I'll teach you how to install it, how to get it working, and just basic tutorial guide for all you out there just wanting to see how to get started and how this product works, so stay tuned. Also, we will mention how to organize, analyze online tests, or in other words, polls, attendance reports, creating, exporting attendance reports, and recording video conferences. Going to our web browser and search engine, typing there Cisco Webex, search, and click the video conferencing online meeting screen share result. Here we are on the website. If you don't have an account, so you can just start for free, or if you have an account already, you can do just sign in. Now let's start for free. If you are going to join this website with our school email addresses, you must know that you already signed in, you already have account with the school email address. So I'm typing mine and sign up. As you see, it says welcome back. You already have an account with us because school already signed in our email addresses to the Cisco Webex. So continue with the sign in. Write your school email address password. And here we are in our account. So after you open your personal room, the next step is upload your profile picture as others know they are communicating with the correct person. It's up to you. You can upload your own picture in here. And the second thing, meet even faster in your own Webex personal room that has a permanent link you can share with others. So if you want to someone else keep in touch with you, get in connecting with you, you can share this link with the people you want to join with. So let's see what we have in here. Home, that's what we are in here currently. Meetings. At the moment, I don't have any upcoming or past meeting. That's why it shows me the current time. Recordings. If you record the meeting, so you will see them in here. You can also see the shared recordings. Preferences. From here, you have can set the time zone. Make sure that you are choosing the correct time zone. Otherwise, your meetings can be messed up. Language is the English. Personal room. Here is a, for example, host pin. So your personal details, privacy, you can modify from here. If you want to, the people can call you from the number. After selecting the country code, you can add your phone number, so people can also make your phone call by using a Cisco Webex. Scheduling, meeting type, email invitation. So once you create a meeting, you can pick this one, send a copy of email invitation to me. So when you send an invitation to your student, one copy will come to your inbox at the same time. Share meeting contents. Automatically share meeting highlights, recording, transcript with the meeting participants and invites and follow them to make edits. Well, you can pick them, so you can keep them. You can keep your student more engaged in the content. And finally, recordings. After you record your video, you will see it in. You can see it or make the view in different ways, like this one with the thumbnail view, people who connected, and the content. active speaker view, your picture in here on the top, and the content view, and only content view, no picture of the speaker or the participants, only the content view you can pick. So your videos will be recorded in this form, like it will show in that form. After making a change, click Save, and let's move to the insights. Of course, we will one by one discuss them. And downloads create, the support. You can get extra support if you have any problem, troubleshoot if you have any difficulty with any of the function. You can also download extra tools for making your conferences better with extra features. And feedback is just for giving a feedback to this Cisco Webex developers. Also, we have in here language, classic view. You can change the view to the classic view. And another important thing, if you want to change your profile, name, surname, or let's go in there, password, also picture, you can edit from right here, my profile, edit my profile. It is your name, surname, and password. You can change to the new password. My contacts. Currently I don't have any contact yet because I just created it. And my reports, this is important. We will discuss it later after we have a meetings. It is where we are getting our participants reports. And finally, here's the sign out thing. All right, now let's start it with more detailed form. Okay, so let's start with the scheduling a meeting. From the website, from meetings, you are getting my Webex meetings. Here we have my meetings, all meetings and public meetings. And if you want to see the past ones, you just need to switch the past section here. Now let's schedule our meeting. Now we have a meeting type in here. It's Webex Meetings Pro Meeting. That one is the one we can choose, or there are Webex Personal Conference. Just default one is okay in here. The meeting topic, you can add here the topic you are going to teach in the lesson or a chapter name. For example, computer networking I'm adding here, and a meeting password. In default, it's creating a password for you. You can change it from here. Also, you can type your own password. It should contain 4 characters, none of the symbols, and not a name, username, or meeting topics. It shouldn't be that words. I'm writing, for example, this word, testing for the password. So when a student type this word for the meeting password, he or she will able to join the meeting. So date and time section. From here, you can decide on which day, according to your schedule, you can pick which day is your lesson and time. What time you want to start your meeting, let's say 4:55 a.m. p.m. and duration in here can be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours. Also you can select the minutes and just click done. We have here a currency section as well. Recurrency means that if you have the same lesson every week in, let's say, Tuesday, you don't need to every week Tuesday come and schedule a new meeting. You can just make it recurrence, pick the recurrence and select the weekly. If you want it to be repeated weekly, Tuesday, pick the Monday, Tuesday, 1 day, 2 days, or 1 day. You can pick from here. On every 1 week, recurrence on every 1 week, you can change it as many times as you wish. For example, 3 weeks. And ending, no ending date. You also can pick a date, the ending of the meetings, for example, 8 October, it will stop recurring. And also you can select after how many meetings you want to finish this recurrency. For example, after 10 meetings. So you can add attendees by their email addresses by typing the attendees email addresses. Also, you can share the link or the password of the meeting, so the the students can join meeting without having any notification in their email addresses. See the advanced options. What we have in here are the connection options. In default, it is Webex audio. Display global calling number to attendees. That one is okay. Entry and the exit tone. For example, if you want to notify if the student are joining or leaving the session, you can make it, for example, beep or announce name. So it can be a beep or no distraction, no tone. And what else? I'm sorry, we didn't look at the agenda. Agenda here about the meeting, you can describe what type of things you are going to discuss in a meeting. So attendees can have information beforehand about them. Scheduling option, require account. So require attendees to have an account on this site in order to join this meeting. Let's say if the student, if you pick this, if the student doesn't have any account in this Cisco Webex, she or he will not able to join a meeting if you pick this one. But if in default, you can just share a password, a link for a meeting, and the user can, attendees can participate without having an account. Alternate host, let anyone with a host account on this site or anyone joining from an authenticated Cisco video device in this organization host my meeting. So it means that you are sharing your hosting with the participants. Automatic recording. So if this option is actually good. Sometimes we forgot to start recording when in our meeting. So you can pick this selection, automatically start recording when the meeting starts. So when you start a meeting, the entire meeting will be recorded. When the meeting finishes, it will save it automatically. Exclude password on the email invitation. So the people invited with the email will not need any password for joining the session. Also, you can, for example, remind the people to about 15 minutes before a meeting starts that the meeting is coming, the lesson is starting. In other words, registration. You can require attendee registration in here. So the attendees will write their, for example, name, surname, email addresses, or any other information. If you want the attendee to type in, you can ask them here in this section. It is not active at the moment. So meeting options, select option that you want the participants to have when meeting begins. So you can give them a chat, video, notes, or for example, enable close the captions, file transfer, enable any of these media attendees. You can pick the one you want to have. Attendee privileges. For example, you can let them view participants list into all other participants list, view any document, any page, print, save, and control application, web browser, or desktop remotely. This kind of privilege you can give to your attendees. Okay, after checking all of this, I'm clicking the schedule part. Now it's going to appear on my meetings list. All right, so when you go to meetings, from the meetings, you can see your upcoming meeting just you created. And if you click, you can edit, delete this meeting as well. These are all information, and it says occur every 3 weeks on Tuesday effectively, and ending date also given. So all information about the meeting are given here. You can share this link with your students or meeting number, the password, so your students, attendees can join to this meeting. Okay, now I'm starting this meeting. Now we have saying that click open Cisco Webex meetings if you see a message from your web browser. So you can either join with your browser, or also it will download a Webex exe file to your computer, so you can also start it from your computer as an application. Now I'm using my own browser. Here it is. It's asked me the details, and you can decide if you want to share your video or audio. Now I'm going to continue without video and just audio conferencing. Connecting and ready. Well, these are two you already have information about, and this one is share the content. You can share the screen or the application as in many other online tools. And for example, applications, you have any application right now. My web browser is open, that's why it's the only one is showing up in here. And entire screen is a one you see with all your toolbar and entire windows on your screen. I recommend you use the application windows, because accidentally, for example, your emails or your private content that's in your computer can be shared with the participants. So it's a very secure way to use just application instead of the entire screen. Well, also I can share. All right. Right now it's sharing my entire screen with the student. I have one participant in the meeting right now, by the way. Let's say I'm opening my presentation and talking and presenting my lesson. The user, the student will see only the thing you sharing on the screen, and once you finish, you can just press. Here is for starting and stopping record option. This button you will use for stop and start a recording of your lesson. Here you can see the participants. This is me and one student I have. You can send a private message to a student from the chat room, for example, hello. Also, for example, students, you can chat with the student. This is the private message. Also, you can chat with it all together, for example. But this is going to all, or you can pick the user, the student, attendee you want to communicate with. Well, also you can, from more settings, lock the meeting. From participant setting, you can mute an entry, for example. So your attendance will be the only one, only the listeners, not distraction you will get in your session. Audio connection and speaker, microphone, camera settings you can change in here. And for example, switch to desktop to app and connect to a device. It means that you can connect this session with other devices at the same time. For example, your tablet, mobile phone, or if you are using another monitor, you can connect with these devices as well. And finally, this is the leave session of the meeting. But before leaving the meeting, I want to also talk about the polls. So switch to desktop app. So it asks me to switch to desktop app because without having an app in my computer, I cannot create or do anything with the polling option. Until here, if you were using your web browser, now you need to go to Cisco Meetings and download and install Webex Exit app into your computer. As you see, I downloaded it and it's installing right now. Alright, so after you downloading this application and opening the session with this app in your computer, you will have these multiple options: file, edit, share, view, audio, participants, meetings. Well, if you don't have the polling from the more options section, you can add it from the view section. Like go to the view from panels, manage panels, and here you see, for example, if you don't have it in here and more options, you will have it in the multimedia viewer section. And by I mean, it should be like in this form, and when you select and add it, so it will appear in the current panels, among the current panels, and press OK. Well, for polling, you can use the polling for a quick test for testing the student concentration while you are explaining the topic. For example, what you can do with the polling, you can create a multiple answer, single answer, and a short answer type of questions. You can pick the question. If you have it already in your computer, you can download it from your computer. If otherwise, you can create it yourself. Just create a new, and let's write question, for example. Question, and since it is multiple answer, I'm going to add here some answers. So question, the answer, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and option 5. All right, so this is your multiple choice. The student need to select more than one answer as a correct answer and a single answer. Let's create another question for the single answer. Question 2, and answers for the question 2. Answer 1 and answer 3. All right. Also, you can select short answer. Let me a new test and the single answer, new. Let's say you want to do any change in the question or in the options, you just need to press the edit tool in here and press enter, so your changes are done. Now let's add one more question for short answer type. So you should type the answer. So if the student give the right answer, it will give it the true. Also, you can from the options select the time, like how many period of time the questions you want to be displayed for a student. So it can be 5 minutes and some seconds. So it will display these questions 3 minutes, and at the end of the 3 minutes, the poll will finish for all. And after you finish, press the open poll. When you open poll, you will see how many people answered the correct and how many made a mistake. Also, you can view the individual results. For example, just click the individual results and do apply. It will open all the questions and the individual people's participants results you will able to see by clicking the individual report. Once you finish with the polling, you can create a new poll or just delete the current poll. So you finished this part. So once you finished your meeting and you want to close the session, you can end or leave the meeting. If you leave meeting, the participants will be still there, can stay there. But if you end the meeting as a host, you will stop the meeting for all. I'm doing end meeting. And do you want to end the meeting for all participants? And Save meeting files. If you click the save meeting files, it will save all the poll questions, poll results to your local storage. And I'm clicking add meeting. Screen sharing has stopped as the share window is closed. Once you've finished your meeting and you want to see the report about that session, how many students attended, how many minutes they stayed in a session, you just need to go to My Reports from right here. There are the lots of reports for all services, for Webex meetings, for Webex events, and support and training. First, you have to go to Usage Report. And here it says view usage such as attendance, duration, and more across all your meetings. And note says that you can generate a report for any dated up to 3 months prior to today. So 3 months up to today, you can create any type of report from here. From to, you select the date you want to see, the attendance, and a topic is the topics of the meeting, topics of the session. Mine is computer networking. Sort result by date or topic or start time. I will just sort it by date. Display report, click. Well, here's the result. I have 3 topic, computer networking, or meeting type, pro, and dates are in here. Invited 0 people, not registered, and attendance for the first one, 1 for the first session, computer networking, 1. For the second one, there is 2 attendees, and the last one, again, 1 attendees. I just created this topic and these meetings for testing, for explaining it for you. So you can view, for example, if you have two meetings with a topic computer networking, you can differentiate them by date. All right. For example, 3 minds created just today. That's why it's appearing the same date. So about the attendees, I want to get a report. Just clicking the second one. Here is you are getting information about the participant 1, participant 2, about each participant's name, invited or not, date of the attendance, company, phone number. If the participant provides this information, you can view them in here. Email address of the participant, registered or not, you see this in here. Yep, these are the information you are getting from this report. So you can print this report. Also, you can export this report to your storage, and it will open into the form of spreadsheet. You can see date, the student name, surname, student email address, the date of the meeting in your lesson. Now going back to report. Well, we have here meeting recording report. View a list of attendees who have downloaded or viewed a meeting recordings. So if you are recording a meeting, you can also view how many people viewed or downloaded your lesson recording after the lesson. Also, for Webex events, you can view the registration report, attendance report, event activity report, for example, and attendee history. Each of them you can just click and type the search event name, display, and you will get the details, the report relevant to that. Alright, this is end of my video explanation. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have any comment or any suggestion, any question, let me know. Thank you.